Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome and thanks for joining us at Light 105.7 LRWT. Tonight we have a special event for you all. It's the Claws and Paws 2022 Week 8 WIP Chat. So kick back, relax, put up your feet, and grab a sex on the beach. If you're feeling up to it, I'll even invite you to hop in the lazy river. It's nice and warm in here because all these manatees are just so damn hot.
Hi, best friends. Hey, radio voice.
Yeah.
You never introduced yourself.
I didn't, did I?
No.
I'm just some random dude that Stephanie pulled in off the street to do this video with her.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were the seaman who was lost at sea for too long. And you thought the hot manatees were mermaids and got a little frisky.
I'm not that drunk.
Did you have scurvy?
Rickets.
I don't know what rickets is.
That's another old maritime disease.
Hi, guys. So, as a radio host guy over here.
By the way, that was all because someone said I had a radio voice, and Stephanie agreed and said I had a radio face too.
That's not what happened. Vanessa said that you had a radio voice, and I'm like, we really are twins, because I said the same thing when we first met. Hi, Vanessa. Cooter. All right. So, anyway, hi. Still haven't gotten anything from Laura or Muni, so I got nothing to show today, but I'm sure we'll have it when me and Laura go live on Saturday, October 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Is it Saturday? Okay.
Why do you always question me?
No, I was legit asking.
Saturday is the 1st. The last time you were like, no, you're wrong about the prizes. No. And I had to tell you, I'm the one who wrote it. I know what it means. Anyway. Yeah, we'll show you stuff then, because I don't have anything to show. I'm sure Muni has the dog tray somewhere. But yeah, this is the last week. So should we go ahead and show the winner for the last prize pack?
Let's hop into it.
All right, drawing the winner from week 6's video. Wait, hold on. Where was Chips? $35 unique comments and Le Troulet. I don't know if that's how you say it. I don't have it very much, but I like Funny and Chips. Same. I like them too, but I don't have them that often. So message me on Instagram, Girls Heart Girls Best Friend. Sorry, I just woke up. And we will get you your prize pack at the end of the event. Okay, bye. Why are you looking at me?
Because this is your WIP Chat.
You said you were doing the intro. You can do all of the intros.
I did the intro.
No, you can do all the... Well, congrats to whoever won. I'm drawing it tomorrow because today is Thursday. Can I tell you a funny anecdote?
I don't know. Is it actually going to be funny?
I thought it was.
Okay.
So on Sunday is Shay's birthday, and she's also going live with Randy, and they were trying to figure out the logistics, like if Randy was going to go over and diamond paint with Shay first before they went live, then Randy probably wouldn't go live, blah blah blah. So I told Randy that Shay would probably need her help for her unboxing, and I saw ... and I was like, oh my god, she thinks I'm referring to the hysterectomy as an unboxing. So I had to be like, not the one the doctor is doing, an actual unboxing for her birthday. I thought it was funny. Okay. Anyway.
Judging by the crickets, you're the only one.
Well, you can't hear the people that are going to be listening to this at some point in the future.
Oh no, I'm inserting crickets.
Oh my god. Of course you are. That was your nickname.
Oh my god, it was, wasn't it? Anyway. Not because I wasn't funny.
For when he played World of Warcraft outside.
Because I had to steal the neighbor's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, when we lived in Florida, we got rid of cable.
Because we were poor.
Mm-hmm. This was when Aiden was a baby. Not too long after he had his heart surgery. And I don't know if you all heard my stomach. Sorry about it. So the neighbor said that we could share their internet, but it didn't work well enough in the house. So Matt would go out in the carport and play in the middle of the night. I don't know, like just planks of wood and brick.
It was decorative stone and plywood bench.
Yeah.
I would set the laptop up on that.
And the people that he was playing with, and it was it retail or classic?
There was no classic at that time.
Okay, because Laura, she gets on Bev all the time.
No, this was during the first iteration of Wrath of the Lich King, which is the classic one that's about to be coming out.
The classic. It's vintage World of Warcraft.
For real. So old.
Anyway, he used to play outside in the middle of the night, and all the people that he'd be raiding with would hear the crickets outside when he would be talking on the headset, so they all called him Crickets.
Anyway. What are we doing today?
We're going to talk about my emotional trauma. Your face. You're like, you let me spend all that time looking through this book and we're not gonna do this. No, get the book. We're not doing emotional trauma today. But my Legends video, I am going to record audio for that soon. We just haven't put it up yet because I was thinking about doing audio and then doing a diamond painting for the same amount of time and laying them over each other. But then I was like, no one really ever looks at the screen anyway to watch you diamond paint. So maybe we could just have a picture of the place that the legends are about, so people can glance up and see what it looks like and why these legends exist.
Whatever you want, just tell me.
So,
I'll make it happen as best I can.
Yeah, a month and a half later.
Whenever I get around to it.
Like my birthday?
It still isn't your birthday yet.
I know, you almost made it to October when it's actually my birthday, according to you.
October 32nd.
Oh my god. That's a story we don't need to get into right now. So yeah, I wanted to pose it to people who might still want to listen after this is over. Don't know how many that'll be, but kind of want to see what they think. And also, like, the website where I only knew about one of them, but then I found there was a second one. There's a whole bunch of different myths and legends about the islands. So I don't know if that's a series that I should do.
You already have a series that you're supposed to be working on.
I know. I started taking notes, okay? Serial killers take a long time. Aiden had parent training at ABA this week. I had to go to the post office. I had to stuff my face with Taco Bell. Those grilled cheese things are bomb, though.
Yeah, you had Taco Bell. All I had was boring old Flacco's.
Yeah,
tacos.
the actual legit stuff. Do you remember? I don't know if I should talk about this.
If you don't know if you should talk about it, then you probably shouldn't.
Well, it's political, and I'm not going to make a political statement. But a while back, there was a picture someone took of ICE, an ICE vehicle parked in front of Flacco's.
I don't remember that.
Like, they were just there for the food.
I thought you were talking about the picture of the Mexican guy wearing the MAGA shirt.
What?
The one that says Mexicans always get across.
I have never seen
You've never seen that one?
No. Yesterday I was on a website and I was trying to get like Sanderson sister shirts. We're not even getting to the questions. Sanderson sister shirts on Etsy, and I was so confused because it was like pro-choice, but a whole bunch of MAGA and Trump and Black Lives Matter and LGBTQ plus, and I'm like, I can't, like, this, my mind broke, because we live in a day and age now where it's like you have one side that you lean towards. It's like one or the other. I don't think anyone's like really, there's people who are in the middle who don't support either party, but on certain topics they have an opinion. And it's like, oh, well, this company doesn't align with what I think, so I'm going to boycott it. And I'm like, these, like, they're throwing everything, and everyone's going to end up boycotting them because there's going to be something they don't agree with on that. But I was like broken because I'm like, I want to buy, but there's these particular shirts that I don't want to support promoting this. So yeah, haven't gotten any Sanderson sister shirt yet, but they have like a Sanderson Brewing Company shirt. I want it so bad. And then I can wear it when we go up to your mom's and actually look like I fit in when we go to breweries.
Don't knock the breweries.
The angry troll.
Oh my god. That was hilarious.
You know what? We probably won't even do these questions. When we went to visit one time, because was it after Hurricane Matthew, and then there was another storm that was supposed to be coming? Was it that time that we went?
Well, we stayed here for Matthew. We went up there for Maria.
Was it Maria?
It was either Maria or Irma.
I don't know. I just know, like, I think it was Irma. The following year, they were saying that we were going to get it again. And when we got hit with Matthew, it was only a category 2. It wasn't that bad, but we had power knocked out for the weekend. And it took up the Verizon towers, and we have no home phone. Which, even if we did, the power was out.
We haven't had decent cell service since.
But yeah, we haven't had decent cell service since. And while it was out, we would have to drive out of the county in order to use our cell phones to talk to our family and let them know that we were okay. And the nearby county was Chatham County, which had all been
closed.
Yeah, like everyone was evacuated. So there was like National Guard at the border of the county, like asking why you were passing through, and we had to be like, we just need to go down there to fine dining Wendy's because they have that Wi-Fi, and we just need to get in touch with people, let them know we're okay. And then you had to go out of town for work on the Monday.
Yeah.
And Sunday, like, our alarm system wasn't working. There was people in Savannah that were looting homes. And I was like, if they find out that like Verizon cell phone towers are down and we have no power, like I feel like this is like prime ground because we can't call for help. So Matt slept out there.
Out there. Out where?
And I was going to say, but I'm interrupting myself. Mind you, Matt used to be in the Army. I am not very comfortable with guns. In fact, they scared me when you and Dad had to bring them out one time.
Oh, God, yeah.
I was like crouched in a corner, like terrified because I had never been around guns my whole life.
I've been around them my whole life.
His dad was also worked for the sheriff's department.
I've been shooting guns my entire life.
Yeah. They used to shoot was it birds? Like stuff that would come into Dad's property.
Snakes. My dad shot a snake once. We didn't shoot birds or anything like that.
I don't know. There was one time that he asked you to try to shoot something out of the bathroom window. But yeah, no.
I think there was a possum out there.
Okay.
I think there was a possum out there, and that's when he had one of his puppies. And he was afraid it was going to tear the puppy up.
Well, sorry. That's a crappy drill. But Matt slept in the living room on our sectional with the gun on the ground in front of him with his head facing the front door, like down the hallway facing the front door, so that if anyone tried to enter, he could keep us safe. But then he was leaving and I had no cell service, no alarm system. I think the water came back early Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And you were leaving early Monday.
I was nervous as all hell.
And I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? Because I did one time go out with you. I think it was Father's Day weekend. It was either Father's Day or your birthday, but we went out to the gun range once because I was like, he would enjoy like teaching me how to protect our family. And Savannah has a lot of gang activity, and
which we don't live in Savannah.
We don't.
Thankfully.
And they have a very active nightlife where you're allowed to open carry like alcohol. Also now you can open carry, conceal carry, whatever, because our governor. But anyway, you could be out and about drunk off your butt and they can't really do anything if you're walking around. So there was a lot of fights happening. Or one time Aiden and I went out really early to go Pokemon Go hunting, and some girls like, oh, there's this kind of Pokemon down there, but be careful because there's a guy down there that's really drunk, and he was scaring me. So I went to the gun range with you so that you could teach me how to shoot.
I still have a picture of that.
I sucked.
You didn't do horrible.
I sucked. And then my old boss, Jason, had rifles, and I kept telling him, no, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. And he kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And he is an annoying ass and wouldn't shut up. So I was like, fine, just to placate him and get him to leave me alone. But reason I said no, way too much power in my hand. I already was freaking out about having the power to kill somebody in my hands, but a rifle with the kickback really scared me. And yeah, so where the hell was I going with this whole story? Oh, so hurricane.
Jesus.
So I was like, he's gonna leave. I can't call for help. Our alarm system doesn't work. If someone tries to break in, like, how am I gonna protect me and Aiden? But we had the dogs. We had Dexter and Jarvis. I don't think we had T'Challa yet.
I don't think we had T'Challa yet, no. Which T'Challa wouldn't do anything anyway.
True.
He'd run and hide.
And he's the squeaky voiced one, the high pitch. So because the other two, especially Dexter, surprisingly, Dexter can sound pretty aggressive, even though he's an old man and he doesn't even know how to walk on our linoleum. He doesn't know how to chew food. He's like the derpiest dog ever. But he sounds scary. So I'm like, okay, dogs are staying out of their crates. Because normally they go in their crates to sleep. But I'm like, nope, you're staying out. So that if anyone tries to come to the house, you guys are at the front door. And they know to stay away. But then the following year, we were getting another hurricane. And I'm like, we're not staying home for this again.
Well, back up a little bit.
We had T'Challa at that point.
Back up a little bit.
Okay.
While I was at the airport about to fly out, you texted me.
It came back up that night. What? Sunday night.
Was it Sunday night?
Yeah. Because we
it
went
was
out.
While I was at the airport.
No, we went out.
That's
right. And when we left, there was a lot of places on the way, like going into Chatham County, that they had their power back on, but we still didn't have any power back on. And we were out for a lot longer than we expected. And when we came back, it was dusk and the street lights were on. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And we got home and the power was back on. But Verizon Tower was still down. So I'd have to go down to over by Domino's. We're not trying to give too many details of the surrounding cities. Even though I've doxed so many times. But I had to go down like to where Domino's and all that was in order to talk to you.
Then was it Monday morning that we got cell service back? I could have sworn something happened like while I was at the airport Monday morning.
Nope. Unless the alarm system was still down, like there was nobody manning it. I don't know.
My faulty memory.
Yeah. Anyway, the following year, Jesus Christ, this is the whole WIP Chat, you guys. This one story. The following year, we were getting another storm coming through, and I'm like, we're not staying to lose cell phone service again and not be able to call our families. Because, like, it would be spotty. So, like, texts would come through every once in a while. And our families were, like, trying to reach us and freaking out. And we couldn't even text back. It wouldn't go through when we tried to text back, even if we kept retrying. So I'm like, we're not doing this again. So we went to go stay with Matt's mom. And we had T'Challa at that time. So we had to take both cars. And somehow get all 3 dogs. And it took forever because so many people were leaving. But anyway, by Matt's mom's house, there is a brewery called the Angry Troll. And was it your mom or Tickle Man?
I don't know.
Tickle Man is Matt's stepdad. That's the nickname that Aiden always used for him, but his name is Jim. He's the one, if you follow me on Instagram, he's the one that I saw on the Old School Crime Show. Which she told us like forever ago that he used to be on them. And I would always look for him and I would never see him, like on Unsolved Mysteries. And there were certain channels that were like, when we had cable, that were more like low budget acting. So like I'd always watch those and I'd try to look for him and I'd never see him. And then this time I'm watching Hulu and I just happen to glance up and there he is. But one of them had told Aiden that it's called that because there's actually like an angry troll in the basement or whatever. But then we had to go in the basement.
No, it wasn't in the there was a section of it that was like closed off for renovation or something.
In the basement.
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
No, it wasn't. It was not in the basement.
Because the upper level was
Right,
like the
yeah.
pizzeria place.
Yeah, this was the floor level.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't the basement. This was the floor level.
But it looked like a basement.
Yeah, because part of it was closed for renovation.
But even the part that was open looked like a basement.
Okay.
It was like cement. The floor was cement.
Because they were renovating.
Okay. You can finish the story because I wasn't there for this part.
I don't even know what part you're talking about then.
That mom told, or one of them told Aiden that there was an angry troll.
Yeah, and he was scared to death. He really thought there was an angry troll that actually lived in that portion of it. That's all there was to it.
But then we had to go back there for something.
No, we didn't have to go back there. We just started going back there to screw with him.
Or they wanted to show us something because they don't make friends with everybody. So they wanted to show us something that was happening. I don't remember. It's starting to blur, like the Virgin Islands, your sister's wedding, when we went to that restaurant/brewery. Me, you, and Aiden, just the three of us.
We went to a brewery down there?
Yeah. That one beer that they make on that island. Yeah. They had a pizza restaurant.
I don't know. I've lost most of that trip.
Yeah. Over by where the chameleon was. Was it a chameleon?
Iguanas.
That was a big freaking iguana.
Iguanas are big. Chameleons are small.
Some iguanas are small. But that was a big... It was like swimming in the pool.
Yeah, I'll actually...
There's two different ones. There was the one that we saw by the ice cream place and the beer place.
I've got a picture of that one, the one that was sitting on the wall, and we took the picture right in front of it. Yep, I've got a picture of that one. And then I've got a picture of the one...
And the one in the pool.
In the pool with you guys.
Aiden was freaking out.
I don't know if I got a picture of it actually in the pool with you guys.
Or what, was he freaking out, or was I freaking out?
I think you were freaking out.
Because I think Aiden wanted to go swim next to it, and I was like, no, they can be aggressive. Stay away. I don't know.
Yeah, you were freaking out.
But then Aiden got an angry troll baseball cap when we were there. And there was like a wear baseball cap to, like, it didn't have to be a baseball, but you could wear a hat to school when Aiden was in elementary, and he wanted so bad to wear that hat. And I'm like, I am not letting you wear a freaking brewery hat to elementary school. I'm sorry, I draw the line.
And the hat is like adult-sized hat.
So it would like go over his eyes. He couldn't even see. Oh man.
I think we got him that hat because we told him that if he wore the hat, the troll would be his friend.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Like, you have to wear something because he was in a bad mood.
Yep.
And Mom wanted to buy souvenirs from there. So she's like, you have to wear one of his... Oh, that was the wire from the laptop. You have to wear one of his garments in order for him to befriend you.
Yeah.
And then he decided he liked it when he realized that you could get French fries.
Oh, God, yes.
He was fine with the troll after that.
Yeah, he kept running back on that side of the building trying to look for the troll.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why we ended up going back there, was looking for him.
I think that's why your mom told him there was an angry troll in the first place. Because he kept running back there, and it was under renovation, and he wasn't supposed to be going back there, so she told him there was a troll back there. Because I was in the bathroom when that story happened. That's why I'm kind of fuzzy on it and you don't remember anything.
Nope. I've got a crap memory.
Not even my birthday.
I remember your birthday. It's October 32nd.
So my birthday's in October?
32nd.
Okay, so October 31st, I'll get myself like a pre-birthday present.
No. You can buy yourself something on your birthday. How about that?
Okay. I'm probably missing a whole bunch of spots. This is really hard because I changed a lot of ABs, so I'm just like doing the ones that I know for sure are not AB, so that I don't have to keep referring to a piece of paper.
Sitting on a step stool. This is really hurting my butt.
We were going to tell another story, and then the angry troll thing came back up.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. You were talking about taking the dogs up to my mom's house.
Yeah, that's when we went to the angry troll.
Yeah.
All that stuff. I was going to tell a different story. And then you said something about how Mom said he had to wear the hat.
I don't know.
And I lost where I was going to go. Oh, now I remember. Follow me on Instagram. Slippergate. Which a whole bunch of people think it's hilarious that I called it Slippergate. You really couldn't tell unless you looked at the sole of the shoe. That's why I'm like, dude, I have no gas in the car. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, you just got on the bus. I do not want to leave to go bring you one shoe. And then someone responded to it and was like, I know that feeling because I've worn the wrong shoes to work before. And I'm like, I have too, but never one correct shoe and one incorrect shoe. And Aiden was like, I'm sure I'm not the first one in the world to do that. I'm like, probably not, but like, if your face wasn't buried in your phone. He said he even realized like that one felt tighter than the other. He could feel the difference while he was waiting for the bus.
But he just didn't.
But he assumed that one of the dogs had been sitting on his shoe. Didn't even look. And then as soon as he gets on the bus, like, I swear to God, the second I sit down, I come in from the garage and I sit down, he texts me and he's like, I'm wearing one slipper and one school shoe. And I'm like, nope, not today. Mm-mm.
I was like, do you remember when I worked with Yates?
Mm-hmm.
That was actually one of his excuses for being late, was that he forgot and put his house slippers on instead of his work shoes, so he had to turn around and go home.
I remember one time when I was working at the CVS that was next to the apartments when we first moved here. And it was when Aquila was my boss. And I got to work and I got back to pharmacy and I was like, it feels breezy on my toes. And I looked down and I was wearing my sandals. And you're supposed to wear like closed toe shoes. It's not like the pills are ever rubbing on my feet, but it's more for like,
I don't know, some people probably pay more for that.
It's like probably more for truck day or whatever, but with the counters too, like, it's really hard to see the people behind the counter's feet. But when I realized, I was like, oh no. And I looked at Aquila and I'm like, can I? And she's like, yeah, we're way too busy. You're just staying in those shoes. And I'm like, good, because I don't want, like, if I go home, I'm not coming back. I'm sorry. But never, like, one actual shoe and one slipper.
Yeah, I remember Yates was always late.
Yeah. Excuse all the time.
I remember one
time. He pooped his pants.
Yep. Yep. One time he pooped himself on the way to work.
And then the next excuse was that his washing machine was broken. I guess the poopy pants hadn't been washed yet.
Yeah, the line going to his washing machine burst and flooded his entire downstairs of his townhome. And so instead of like having any pictures or anything that he would have taken for the insurance, he brings in a receipt for like a $4 hose from Walmart and says, "Here, this is why I didn't come in yesterday." But yeah, he was a mess.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't work there anymore.
That's one of the reasons.
And that's
watching porn at work.
That's Rose's ex, right?
No.
Okay.
No, that was the other guy that I used to work with on the FAJ, Ronnie. That was the
that's
girl,
right.
Yeah, the girl that he married.
Because Rose is the one that you play with the guy and his sons.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Well, you haven't done that in forever, but...
Yeah. Yeah, that's Dana's girlfriend.
I swear to God, this company has, like... At one time it was 7,000. I think you said more recently it's like 10,000, right? In this area?
It's more than that.
Okay. But somehow... everyone's sleeping with everyone.
What?
Like... this one's in a relationship with this one, and then they break up, and then they're in a relationship with that one, and then this one cheats on the wife with this one, and then that one sleeps with that one. I swear to God.
Rose's baby daddy works out there, too.
See? Jesus Christ. It's like you have to have a degree of infidelity to work at Gulfstream, except for you.
Except for me.
I hope.
Except for me.
Okay.
Unless you count all those guys.
That is true. Wasn't there one time too? I don't know why we're talking about porn. You mentioned porn. It's your fault.
Okay.
Wasn't there one time too that somebody was in the bathroom?
Oh God.
And you went in there, and they were.
There was a shadow on the floor that was moving very rapidly back and forth. Yes. That's all we're going to say about that.
That was one of Matt's boyfriends, by the way.
No.
Oh, the big guy?
Yeah. You've met that guy.
Yeah, I have.
You shaking his hand.
Yeah! No! No, I haven't. Gross. Gross.
That was so worth it.
Ew. Was it on Halloween that I shook his hand? The time we saw him on Halloween?
I think so.
Oh, God. For him, it was a treat, but for me, it was a trick. Gross. I think we're done here. Are you keeping the porn stuff in?
Yeah, might as well.
Can we tell everybody about Aiden's first pet?
Do we have to?
So, for some reason, our crazy neighbor... There's some stories about that lady.
You mean the woman that offered to breastfeed him for you?
Yeah, and was going to kidnap him, like hand that rocks the cradle. This lady was crazy. She had been our friend. And
until this.
Until I got pregnant, and then I had to, like, crawl on the floor when she would come ring the doorbell so she wouldn't see me moving in the house because I was terrified. But anyway, she decided she was going to buy Aiden a betta fish. And Aiden was still really young. So
really young.
We tried reading Percy Jackson with him, but he was scared. But for some reason during the movie, he wasn't scared. Because we watched the very first... I think they only made one.
No, they made two.
Did they?
Yeah.
They did not perform well.
No, they didn't.
I think there's going to be a show. Or they're going to do new movies. Like, start all over.
They need to. It's a good series. I love mythology, so I read them.
I read them too, but I don't like the writing. Which I get, it's for like middle school, so as an adult it's not meant for me anyway. But like 50 Shades of Grey is meant for adults and it's still written in that style, and I can't. I can't. Anyway, we watched the first Percy Jackson movie, and you know, he's a demigod.
Spoiler alert, jeez.
His dad is Poseidon.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember which one. I couldn't remember if that was the Greek or the Roman, because that author wrote both.
He wrote both, and he wrote an Egyptian series.
Did he?
And a Norse series, too.
Anyway, his dad was Poseidon. And Percy Jackson was a kid who obviously had water powers because of the dad. So when the neighbor got Aiden a fish, we asked him what he wanted to name it. And officially,
I was about to say, you better use its whole name.
His whole name was Percy Jackson Spider-Man, because he was blue and red.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Percy Jackson Spider-Man. But we would leave this, he would also leave Spider-Man out too. It was like his last name. Like, you don't introduce your whole name when you're speaking casually. So he would tell people all the time, I have a fish.
Sometimes he wouldn't say, I have a fish. Just, I have Percy Jackson.
I have Percy Jackson. Because he was like 3?
Yeah.
4?
No. He wasn't even 4 yet.
We moved here when he was like almost 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was about 3, but he would talk about Percy Jackson, the fish.
His Percy Jackson was everything.
And he would say, I have a Percy Jackson. But like, you know, when they're little and they can't pronounce things right, like how kids will say truck, but it sounds like the F word. Somehow I have a Percy Jackson became I have a pussy dragon. To complete strangers. Like, we'd be at Walmart looking at the other fish, and he'd be like, I have a pussy dragon, to other people that we didn't know. So that was fun.
God.
There's so many fun stories with him. Remember that time
It's going to destroy the whole city.
He was in the bathtub and he stood up and he saw the reflection of his boy parts in the bathtub, like where that round drain is, and it kind of curves, so it alters
magnifies.
It changes what things look like. And Aiden started screaming for us to go in there. At this point, he was like 6, 7. Like, he wasn't at risk of drowning. It was when we moved here. But he's screaming for us to go into the bathroom. So we go into the bathroom, and he's like, it's so big, it's going to destroy the whole city. And you know what I just thought about? This is in the bathroom, and we were in the middle floor. So those vents, like, what if someone downstairs or upstairs could hear him? Oh my gosh. And then that one time he came out completely bottomless, and his hands and his legs and everything was wet. And we're like, why are you wet? And he was like, we're gonna have a Easter poop hunt.
He didn't say poop. He just said we're gonna have an Easter hunt.
Oh, we're gonna have an Easter hunt. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, was playing with my poop and I hid them. And it was right before Easter. So I guess he didn't want us to do the Easter egg hunt. He wanted to be the host. So he hid poop.
Around his room.
Around his room. And he has an elevated bed where it's supposed to be like a chest of drawers on one side and then like 4 little cubbies in the other side, and you like close in, but there's empty space below the mattress. But we had pulled the cubbies out and had his TV on top of it, and he had his little bat cave under there. He's autistic, so we wanted him to have like a safe place in his room that had like a happy box. He had his toy box in there. It was his happy box and all his favorite toys. So whenever he was overwhelmed or overstimulated or upset, he could just crawl into the little bat cave behind the drawers and pull out things from his happy box just to like help him calm down. But he hid poop back there. So we're crawling into the bat cave. Jesus. He's gonna kill us.
If he ever sees this.
We're gonna end up in a nursing home.
I'm not gonna live that long.
What, are you gonna off yourself?
No, according to your last video, you're gonna kill me way before that.
Oh my.
Thanks for walking into that one for me.
You're welcome. Also, Instagram has it out for me. I told you this yesterday. But we met Elizabeth and Edward.
Oh, God.
From Enabler's Outpost because they were going down to Florida for a wedding. We live not far off of Interstate 95, which runs down the whole East Coast. So they were passing like 15 minutes away from us. So on their way back, they stopped to meet up with us for lunch. And I was telling Elizabeth, like, this is our exit. There's like Taco Bell and all these other places, excuse me, right there. And she's like, nah. I need the chicken and waffles and the pancake place. So we ended up going there. And then after Elizabeth, I don't think they were home. Either they were home or it was when they switched drivers. But she posted pictures. So she posted pictures of her and Abigail because that's the wedding she was at. She posted a picture of her and Jenny because Jenny was a surprise for Abigail, and Elizabeth and Edward picked her up from the airport. And she posted a picture of me and her. But for some reason, like, the picture of me and Elizabeth cut our heads off. Because Instagram always changes.
It was shot in landscape mode, not portrait mode.
Well, even, no matter what mode you do it, Instagram always cuts off something. And I guess Elizabeth just didn't notice that our heads were cut off. So I commented and was like, oh, sure, just cut our heads off. And Instagram removed it because it violated their terms. And then it was like, you can ask for us to review it. And I'm like, yeah, review it. Like, clearly, I'm not talking about literally cutting heads off. It's the picture that, like, our faces are cut off of the picture. They reviewed it and they stood by it. I don't know. And then there was a while back, I posted like the glow in the dark penis light switch covers. Because I was on Etsy and that came up recommended for me. And I'm like, what the heck? So I posted it and they took it down for nudity. And I'm like, it's not even a real one. It's freaking rubber on a light switch.
Yeah, so Instagram's taken down one post and
more
and one comment.
Way more. I'm surprised they haven't banned me yet.
Well, I was about to say, if you weren't so damn raunchy.
So anyway, that's it for us today. We were gonna do Would You Rather questions. Matt got a whole bunch ready, and then
Stephanie took over, and
then
story time.
Things just got brought up, okay? And usually when I tell stories and about things that happened in our past, it's always depressing. So here's some fun ones. Of course, none of them are about me. They're all like emotional blackmail about Aiden. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll just save the would you rather for a future video. If there are any future videos.
And I mean, if you want to hear about my emotional trauma, I was telling Laura the other night in her live, I was like, I just want to do like, I don't know what we're going to do. I think I'm just going to do the lagoon, like the fairy tales about the lagoon that's blue on one side and green on the other side. They're two different lagoons that are like attached by a little piece of land. They're separated by just this little tiny strait of land. I was like, or I could talk about my emotional trauma. And Cooter was like, my take, don't give anybody ammunition to hurt you that they can use against you. And I was like, you got a point there, but also like I've always been really open about everything. But yeah, like if you would use that against me to hurt me, then you're just taking out the trash for me. So I don't know. There's a reason though that I'm very dramatic and combative and fiercely loyal. So if you guys want to know why I'm the mess that I am, drop it in the comments. Like if you like this video, comment whatever, I don't care because there's no secret word. Follow us if you're not already following. It'd be like Megan, not home, because that's creepy. Megan True Crime. She'd always be like, follow me, but not to the grocery store because that's creepy or whatever. Anyway, I'm tired. It's been a day.
It has been a day.
So yeah, come hang out with us on Saturday, October 1st, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And during that live, we will share the random number generator and who is tied to that number on the Google Doc. And that's who will win the grand prize, which will be 2 Lazy River pens. If you hurt his knee, we're old. 2 Lazy River pens, a kit from Craftably. Patriotic Team has a resin. It's not a trash container because it's bigger, but like a decorative jar thing. A few more things I can't remember right now, but Matt did turn one of the pens. So that's the doggo.
I was about to say, obviously this is the dog themed one.
So whoever won at the beginning of this video will get one of these. And will also, the grand prize will also get one of these. Not exactly the same, because he's probably going to do different shapes for the 2. So one of you will get one of this one. And that's it. That's all, folks. Thank you for hanging out with us. I'm getting very hot and sweaty.
You're always very hot.
Like a manatee. Because I'm chubby. I'm chunky.
Save the chubby mermaids.
Me. So anyway, see you guys soon. Let me know if you want just a image of the lagoons while I tell the stories, or if you want me to spend twice as long because I gotta do voice recording while I read and then separately diamond painting to put together. So that would take longer. which means you'd probably be waiting until next year for that video. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. If you've got any fun or embarrassing stories about your kids, drop them in the comments. And I might just do a video sharing comments and stories. We can keep them anonymous if you want. Just let me know if you want it to stay anonymous. But we can just have funny stories.
Yeah, if you want to keep it anonymous, you can message her on Instagram. Her handle will be down below.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Love you. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Jesus, do I have to remind you every time?
Yes.
I have 2 children. Everyone seems to think you're funny, so